that's the end of this message.
No, but I've got a very long story to tell you. Long ago, before the Jonas Brothers or the Jackson 5.
Adam and Eve.
Oh my God, the other two were always my favourites.
Oh, there was another family ruled the charts, and they're here, and they are the Nolans, it has to be said. Bernie and Linda and Colin and Maureen are all here. Lovely to see you. And that's
Colin's giving you one of her looks.
That's not even all of them.
No.
Look, listen, that we're here. It's lovely to see you, and you know what? I have to say, although it is lovely to see everybody, it's more lovely to see you, because after what you've been through and how well you look now, and how are things with you?
Absolutely fabulous, I'm glad to say. I'm very, very well. All my hair's back.
Well, you wouldn't wear a wig like that, would you?
I finished all my treatment, and it's all really good, thank God.
Well, that's one of the stories. Bernie's story is one of the stories in the Nolans Survivors. The hardback has now gone to paperback. And I've got to ask you, there was a lot of controversy with the book. You had to air a lot of things in public. Maureen, are you happy that you got together and you did this book?
Yes, I think I am. I mean, people say, was it cathartic? I didn't really need it to be cathartic, because we discuss things anyway. It's not that we hold things in, you know, so it didn't need to be cathartic. It's funny meeting people in the street and they go, oh, and they know so much about you. That I find that a bit alarming.
Yeah, you don't think
sometimes.
about it being out in the public.
Yeah, but yeah, we had good fun doing it, and we were pleased with the results. So.
Well, when we actually did it, we didn't. We never discussed our own chapters with each other.
Oh, didn't we?
So we only read the finished article.
When it was
so I only
published.
read their chapters once it was in the book and it was all published, and that was really interesting.
To
That
see
was
people,
which I didn't
know about.
to see people's different viewpoints on the same subject, it was amazing.
It's also
really.
people, Linda, people remember things in a different way, and if there's criticisms of the family or something which shows the family in a bad light, because it is, as I say, warts and all. Then did you have disagreements with Dad wasn't like that,
Yes.
or
Oh yes,
Yeah,
lots of things we had disagreements about, because we're a normal family. But I mean, it shocked us, but it shocks the public as well, this book, because being the Nolans, that sweet image we always had, and this book really tells everything like it is. All our heartaches, all our Linda and I, our cancer, I lost a baby, Colin split with Shane, all these things, and they're all in the book, and there's no holds barred, and I think people were quite amazed by that.
But when someone came up with the idea, said, can you write it, did you decide you all wanted to do your own thing without the others? Or
No,
was that
they
their
suggested
decision.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was so that it wouldn't be influenced and it would be a very honest opinion, because we did all feel differently about the same situation, you know, growing up.
Yeah, I'm amazed we didn't fall out more, actually. We didn't really fall out at all. We had
No, and I think if we had have read each other's chapters, it would have influenced, our own viewpoint on.
So when you did read them, were there any things you found out
I
about your
didn't speak to them for
sisters?
6 weeks.
I didn't realise how leery they really were, actually, especially these two.
I realised something really interesting, actually. I realised in reading their chapters that even though we're very close as a family and everything, I feel like I let them down, actually, growing up.
I feel like you did.
Yeah, well, you did, actually.
See, I do. I feel because although I was there for them, and yeah, oh, that's terrible, I hope you'll be okay. And then I went on to my own, because I had my own life. Everyone's doing their own life, their own thing. And actually, since I've been ill, I hate to keep mentioning it, but I'm a lot more involved in actually caring about what people are feeling and how they're getting on with their lives. But I wasn't back then, and I wish I'd been a bit more.
But does that include all your sisters? Because your sister, is it Anne?
Anne and Denise, all of
And
them,
Denise,
yeah.
well, why aren't they here? Why aren't they part of the book?
Well, as everybody knows now, my God, it's been documented for so long now, we've fallen out with Anne and Denise. At least Linda and Colleen don't speak to Anne and Denise anymore. Myself and Maureen do now speak, which is fabulous. And it's all to do with the tour and how Universal didn't want Anne to do the tour and blah, blah, blah. It's a long story. But
don't you think this is something with big families, and I come from a really small family, with just my sister and I, my parents both only children, is that it seems to me whenever I've got friends with big families, there's always a row somewhere going on. It's very normal.
Have you ever seen me and my brothers, right?
All the time.
Yeah. No, well, every family
and
rows,
absolutely. And then, of course, there's the extended family of in-laws, and it's such a massive thing. And of course, you're going to fall out. You're going to have differences of opinions.
And because of the business we're in, it's obviously in the public eye.
Yeah.
So I think we've spoken about. I think everybody knows. You know, it's.
You've called the book Survivors. Do you think starting, your musical career so young and you were out on the road, and it was a very grown-up life, did that help you with that survival kind of energy that you all seem to have, or did you get that from each other?
I think when we were kids, we got it definitely from each other because we only had each other. We were
best friends.
We were kind of best friends, you know. But I think, yeah, we did. Well, me personally, I felt I had to grow up quite quickly because I wasn't doing the things that my friends were doing. You know, when they were joining Brownies, I was working at the Working Men's Club that night and couldn't join. And so, you know, I think...
And we got our strength from our mother as well.
Yeah, my mum was a very, very strong woman. But also another thing in the book is the fact that, you know, we're calling it Survivors, and I'm sure some people think, oh, God, you know, how crass. But the thing is, if you read it, you really see that we really are literally survivors, all of us.
Yes, and I think people
like a lot of women
will really
are
relate to it with all the things that you talk about: marriage, breakups, divorces, cheating. You know, the lost.
Sounds a right miserable existence. Did you ever have fun? Did you ever laugh?
No, well, that's what today.
That's what it does sound like, but there is a lot of fun.
Yes,
well,
I can't wait to read Ruth. Yeah, living with you.
God help her, she has a medal.
So married nightmare. Yeah.
But it is a very good read, actually. It is.
Yeah.
And when we
The
did our
response
tour-
we've had,
and our
sorry.
reunion
Excuse
tour
me, would you
as
let
well.
somebody else
Thank
speak?
you.
Does she just assume the role of boss, or is she elected spokesperson?
No, the response that we received was unbelievable. Like, you know, same with the tour, the reunion tour, and then the response to the book was amazing. We never thought that it would get into the bestsellers, and now,
Now, listen, can I ask you something? You see, you're there on the road, and you always hear about the boy bands, whoever they are, and being plagued by girls on the road, girls hanging about outside.
It's the
What
same
was it
for
like
us.
in reverse? Do boys...
Wasn't nearly enough.
We get plagued by girls.
It was mainly girls, funnily
Mainly
enough.
girls.
Really?
Still girls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like just more than an autograph, or?
No.
I mean,
Yes, it's
because that didn't exist back then.
Read
No,
the
it's-
book.
Say it's that, and they'll buy it. Thinking, oh, I didn't know that about.
We have a lot of girls following us, I think, because they can associate with individual ones of us. And we've also had our fair share of men as well.
we've had our-
Really?
Especially that Colleen.
I was a one-woman girl.
My word.
One-woman girl.
One woman, yes, there it is. A tale of lesbianism. It's all there. It's all there this morning. More to them than I ever thought.
Yeah, you need to read it, really.
Lovely. It's all there. It's the Nolans, the Survivors. Lovely to see you guys. And you're doing various pantos and things, I know, coming up to Christmas.
Yeah.
Will there be another tour?
Well, we hope so. Can I just say that Maureen and I are doing panto together this year? She's the good fairy, I'm the bad fairy at the Shaw Theatre in Euston.
But there will be. We're hoping there will be, but we've
had loads of
talks
offers.
about it. But
Come back and tell us when.
Fingers
when
crossed.
you know.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We do it in a heartbeat.
One more.
Thank you very much
One
indeed.
last tour.
Pleasure.
We're going to tell
Thank
you
you.
what's going to happen on this morning on Monday.